I don't know about you, but me personally, I have realized after 4 years of vaping and 2.5 years trying to quit is that I used to vape because it was an unhealthy coping mechanism for me and my stress. I don't know how it is for you guys. If you've stumbled upon this video, maybe you vape because your friends do. Maybe you vape because it is your way of stopping smoking. I've heard of that before. Um, Maybe you do it because it's a distraction, something to do with your hands. A lot of things. People have a million reasons of why they vape or why they smoke or why they use nicotine. What I've learned from myself and going through quitting and this addiction and all of the things that came with it is I was using it as an unhealthy coping mechanism. I was using it to deal with my stress, deal with my anxiety, deal with my boredom. And it just became this friend that I had with me at all times, every time I needed to get away from whatever I was stressing about. And quitting is not just this physical aspect of like withdrawals. When it came to when it came to quitting vaping, it was also learning new coping mechanisms of how I can cope with my stress and my anxious thoughts and daily life without it. And that was the hardest thing. I think that was that was way more challenging than just getting a substance out of your body and system and just not doing it again. It was much deeper for me, and I think I struggled a lot more than how I saw people dealing with it online, at least. And if you are finding it really difficult to quit, you are not alone. It is a very emotional journey. At least for me, it was. And my heart really breaks for whoever is still in that, who is still struggling in that position. And it also breaks for young people who are going through that. It's like I see 14-year-olds vaping, 15-year-olds vaping. I've heard children as little as 12 years old are vaping. And it's so complex. I don't know why they do it. Like, I am a psych student, so I have learned about addiction in some degree, but when it comes to adults. So that's why I know what I know on top of my experience. But I don't want to go off topic, but children, like, that's really sad. Like, I know how it feels to be a 14-year-old because I was a 14-year-old. That is really hard, going through changes and peer pressure and things like that. But being a 14-year-old in 2024 with all the technology that we have now and just all the comparing and just the different culture, it is really difficult, and my heart goes out to them. And that's why in the future I do want to work with children and teens especially. But if you are vaping, try to see why you do it. I did start off because I was bedridden. I was in the hospital for, honestly, in and out for 2 years. So it started off because my friends were doing it, and I didn't want to feel like I was forgotten about, and I still wanted to be cool. I still wanted to be included. So that's how I started. But then it turned into me just using that whenever I felt sad or stressed or hungry, anything. And then it just became what I used for every single negative emotion that I had. And then over time, I learned not to cope with negative emotions. I learned to just lean on vaping. And when I stopped, it's been 100 days now. You naturally... There are still some moments where I find it hard to cope and I don't know how to find my footing. But slowly over time, you start to pick up healthier coping mechanisms. The only thing I would add on top of that is just try not to fall into unhealthy habits to replace your want and your need for vaping if you're stopping. So don't turn to any other coping mechanisms, just learn how to cope healthily. 4.5 years of footage and experiences, this is genuinely the advice that I feel like is the most valuable. So I hope it helps, and if you have any other questions and if you want me to elaborate, let me know. I think I have a lot to contribute to this topic in here. So yeah, hope you have a good day.